Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome to episode 5 in the Utopia Resurrection series. Today I'm going to be working with some more machines, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of farming, so let's get right into that. As you can see, I added a new machine between episodes. I put together a cyclic assembler, and the reason for this cyclic assembler is because when I use my sawmill to create wood planks, it creates wood pulp, and that wood pulp can then be turned into, if we hold that, we can see that it turns it into a compressed sawdust, which can then be processed into some more charcoal. So if we look underneath this machine, you can see that I have a furnace there, and you can't quite see it from this angle, but now I got to go down and get that piece of stone anyway, so we'll take a look at the bottom side of this. What I've done is I just set up a regular old vanilla furnace, and I'm kind of semi-automating it by having the cyclic assembler push into the top of it, which puts it into the input slot of that furnace, and the item node there is pulling out the charcoal that cooks, and then it goes ahead and keeps the furnace itself full of charcoal, and it also, any extra charcoal, it goes ahead and shoves it over into the dynamo up there, the steam dynamo. So it's a kind of a semi-automated fuel system for it. A little bit of automation going on for that. So yeah, that's just a item transfer node and some item pipes connected to the bottom of that furnace, and then that pipe goes ahead and connects to the back of the furnace so that it keeps the fuel slot full. And then any extra charcoal comes over here and goes into the steam dynamo. But the steam dynamo is also, I set this up so that we could have a hopper feeding into it, because I've been feeding it like the lignite coal that I had. It really isn't worth keeping around as far as I can tell. Maybe I'll find another use for it later, but there's tons and tons of it in the world. No problem getting it later if I needed it again. But I can also saw up a stack of jungle wood, or whatever wood. It's whatever vanilla wood. And you can see I've been growing a jungle tree out there, along with some rubber trees, some Mine Factory Reloaded rubber trees. A few of those. Those are basically my manual wood farm for right now. I've just been going out and cutting them down as they grow. But I can take and saw up a whole bunch, and I get 6 jungle wood planks per log, which has more energy in it than 1 charcoal. So the six jungle planks, and then if I got the switch turned on, give it some more power so it doesn't run out of power. And then, like I said, as it gets enough wood pulp from here, it goes ahead and makes some charcoal and spits it out. I think I got a couple extra wood pulp over here. We can see that if I toss those in there, it went ahead and made a brick and put it into the furnace below. Now the other thing, I'm actually going to need these wood planks here shortly. But the other big thing that's really awesome about the sawmill is when I saw up rubber wood, it gives me a sticky resin and 16 wood pulp per log. So with 16 wood pulp, that's actually 2 pieces of charcoal that I'm getting per log. Plus I'm getting a byproduct of the sticky resin. However you want to look at it. I'm considering the sticky resin the byproduct. So let's go over here and look at the new area that I built up. You could probably see in a little bit as I was looking around. Have a nice entryway over this direction. We come on up here, and we've got the new garden set up. This is where I'm going to be doing my gardening, farming stuff. I haven't really got it all worked out yet. I need to go ahead and put a border around it. I think I'm just going to use these jungle wood planks because I have tons of that material. And one of the other reasons one of the other things I'm going to be doing real soon is I'm going to be extending these, maybe not the jungle wood planks, maybe I might get some kind of factory block, like from the chisel mod, and cover this room up, because when I get into the GregTech machines, I can't let them be exposed to rain, because if it rains on top of your GregTech machines or wires or any of those things, if they get wet from the rain, so if I let rain in here at all, and I think I would probably be okay because the tree covers up most blocks, but there's like some of the corners and stuff. I don't want to take any chances, so I'm just going to cover it up. Probably with some carpenter blocks and stuff. Because when I actually get to the GregTech electrical machines, you can't allow them to be exposed to the weather, or they will catch on fire and blow up. Maybe not blow up, but they definitely will burn. So you don't want to let that happen. So yeah, it's cooking up, or it's cutting up the rubber wood, giving me sticky resin, getting lots of wood pulp. This thing's making lots of the compressed sawdust, and you can see that I've gotten quite a bit of sticky resin buildup and rubber, and I've been trying to make the plastic sheets, and I've discovered as much as I bypass quite a bit of the steam the GregTech steam age, there's a couple machines that I'm just not going to be able to get around, because in order to make rubber sheets and what's required to make any of the electrical machines, you got to have a well, let's just look at it here. We look up rubber. These right here, I need rubber sheets in order to make circuits. There's no way around it that I can find. So the only way to do that is to either use an alloy smelter. I can't really use an extruder because that's an electrical machine. Or a fluid solidifier. I'm not even sure I could use that either, because I'm not sure I could get the molten rubber or whatever. So basically, the only true option here is to use the alloy smelter. So I'm going to have to make an alloy smelter and a steam thing to create those. And it's also going to be able to make my rubber or my plastic sheets. So if we look at steam stuff, so I need a small coal steam boiler at minimum, and I want the steam alloy smelter at minimum. So those are the very basic, that's the minimum amount that I think I can get away with steam machines. And let's go ahead and cut up some more jungle wood. Gonna need it. So how's this doing over here? It's still got some jungle wood there. Got some coal up in there. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. I went out and did a lot of mining. I did a lot of resource gathering and a little bit of exploration in order to try to get some resources. One of the things that I know that I'm going to need going forward before I can build the generator for the electric system that I want to build is I needed a little bit of lead, and I found it's enough to get the generator built. I don't know if I have enough for long term. I'm going to have to go find some lead, some other things, and I've gotten a bunch of coal. I cooked up a considerable amount of steel, a decent amount of steel, tons of copper. So one of the things I wanted to do is get some copper, and I have the tin right here. Now what I did with these in order to get those, if you pulverize like tin ore in the pulverizer, it'll give you 2 tin dust. It doesn't have like the crushed or whatever thing. It doesn't. It kind of skips all that. Now, if you use any of the I don't even know how you say that, chalcopyrite. Anyway, that stuff is basically copper, but in order to get the doubling effect, you have to run it through the pulverizer, which you get the crushed, and then just because it takes so much time and energy, I've just been using hammers to take that crushed, turn it into the dirty version, and then go ahead and smelt that dirty pile of dust in the furnace to give me 1 ingot of copper. That's how I got most of that copper. And this is done cooking that. Let's go ahead and get some more there. I'm gonna let that go ahead and run its course. So yeah, I've gotten a bunch of copper and tin. So what I need to do is I need to make some bronze. So I'm gonna make a whole bunch of bronze here. A whole bunch of bronze. Come on, bunch of bronze. There we go. A stack and a half of bronze, actually. Go ahead and get that cooking. That cooking in there. And then I think I've got a tiny bit of bronze in here already, yes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have to make a bunch of bronze plates for all these, well, the two machines that I need. The steam boiler, the coal steam boiler, and the steam alloy production thing. So for that I'm going to need like this bricked bronze hull. I'm going to need one of those again for here. No, actually I just need bricks, a furnace, and 5 plates. Oh, I almost have that. Almost have that. Now what I did is when I went out looking, I was exploring for materials and stuff. I was looking for clay, and I found clay. But then I also ran across a village, and it had one of those railcraft buildings. It had a railcraft building in it. So I went ahead and knocked out a bunch of the bricks of that railcraft building, and figured I could save the clay for some other usages later on. So let's see. I need a furnace. I need a furnace. I think I should have some. Yeah, there's some extra furnace in there. So I think it was furnace, brick, and some bronze plates. Will give you a coal steam boiler. Nice. Relatively simple. I want to hook this up into, and yeah, you could hear that stopped cutting. I want to hook this up into my automated water delivery, so I kind of want to put it close to here. Now, I'm under the impression that this needs to have like some space in order to vent around it. So I think what I might do is go ahead and move this and break out these 2 blocks right here. And then what I want to do is go ahead and come down here. Yeah, like that. I think I should have some. Yeah, they were in there. I only got 2 though, so I'm gonna need to make a few more of those. Let's see. Where did I leave? There it is. Stone stuff, and there's probably glass, and I need a piece of redstone, if I remember the recipe correctly. Little lag. There it goes. Okay. I have no idea what Nemsum was talking about there. Probably have to go watch his videos to figure it out. Oops. Toss that out. Okay. Trying to get this stuff all in here. My inventory is a little packed right now. There we go. That's going to be enough. That's going to definitely be enough. The water to get over there. And there we go. And there and there. That should do it. And then I need a bit of the cobblestone that I popped out of there. Oh, now I'm not going to be able to jump up out of there. Nope. Of course not. Oh, that's bad. That's water all over the place. Thought we go this way instead. There we go. There we go. And now if I put this steam boiler thingy right here. Yeah, there we go. It's got to open back. I guess each side can extrude steam. You can see it's already filling with water. It's half full. It'll probably fill up relatively quick. Or either that or it's going to just stay half full. What's going on down there? That's full. If I look in here again, is it going to be full? It is. Nice. Okay, so lots of... let me go ahead and sleep. Oh, too late. Somebody else beat me to it. So next, I just need the steam alloy. The alloy machine. And I've got all this wood extra. This should have the charcoal, yeah. See, I brought the charcoal over from over there. I'm going to save that charcoal for some other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and burn up some jungle wood. Actually, let me save 1 full stack of jungle wood because I'm going to need that to go ahead and finish up around the garden up there. and some other crafting I want to do. Let's go ahead. This new junk one, you can go ahead and store the extra charcoal in there. So later I'm going to be needing to make a ton of steel, so I want to make sure that I have enough materials. Although I have all of this coal that I probably will use for making steel as well. So let's go on and make the steam alloy smelter. So that's 2 furnaces and a bronzed brick hall. So a bronzed brick hall is going to be, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 5 of these again. And I think it was like this. Well, it makes a bunch of bangy noises when you got it in the crafting grid. Did this still have... Yes, it does. It's more wood over there. It really is a good cheap way to get your fuel for your steam dynamo. And it definitely produces more than like if you just turned it straight into charcoal. The wood, that is. Even with the small amount of energy that it uses to saw it. Okay, so I've got a bronze brick hall, but I need to turn it in. I need 2 furnaces. Okay, so let's go grab a little bit more cobble. And go ahead and make one more furnace to go with that one that we have in the inventory already. And I think the other thing is going to be some small fluid, so I need the wrench and the hammer. Do I have a wrench? It does not appear that I have a wrench. No wrench on there, so that's one thing I got to make. I don't want to use... What can I use? I think I need... What do I need? 6. I need 6 ingots of something. Tin... well, why don't I make it out of bronze? I have a lot of bronze, and I'm going to have a bunch more bronze, in fact. So I'm thinking it's a hammer there. And that's going to give me a bronze wrench. Good. Okay, so then it's wrench the top, hammer at the bottom. It's probably plates. It's plates, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so I need... And then, let's see here. What's the... I need 6. That recipe gives me 6. 6. Okay, that'll work. Like I said, wrench at the top. Hammer at the bottom. There we go. Got those. And now I should be able to... Like that, and the bricked one in the center. There we go. A steam alloy smelter. Now I'm hoping that if I just put this down right beside it, it's going to be good enough. I hope I don't need to like actually have a pipe connecting them. They've got to open, this has an open back to vent its steam, so I guess the only way I'm going to find out if this is going to work is if I go ahead and put some fuel in there. So why don't I use some, I don't think I can put wood in it, so I'm going to put the charcoal that I have in there. Get this heated up. That's going to start heating up. Once it reaches a certain temperature, it'll start producing steam, and it'll, hopefully this thing will start working. So the other thing that I'm going to need in order to make those plates, if we look at the, actually let's look at the rubber sheet, is I'm going to need a mold of plate mold. And unfortunately, it does not get, you can see that it does not get consumed in the process. But what I need is an empty shape plate and a hammer. And the empty shape plate is 4 steel sheets, a file, and hammer. Okay, well, that's one of the reasons I've been making a bunch of steel. So I know I'm going to need it. And there's my steel. Let me go ahead and put away some of these things that I'm done with for the time being. I'm pretty sure I'm done with that. That bit of junk. Hopefully I'm done with that and that as well. Okay. Probably going to need to find a new place for the cauldron. Actually, I'm just going to put the cauldron right there. That's good. I can still get there with the bucket, but I apologize. If I sound a little funny, it's because I've had a cold past few days, which is also why I haven't been working on anything new. Just been kind of chilling, making one of these a day. Yeah. Okay, so now I need some steel plates. I need 4 steel plates, at least, to make this one mold. Uh-oh, my hammer is running out of durability. So I might have to make a new hammer real soon. I got tired of making hammers, so I went ahead and made a steel one, and that lasted quite a bit longer. You can see that the durability on that's more than twice what an iron one would be. Or maybe it's just twice. I forget what iron one would be. It's maybe 256,000. This is 56 or 512, something. Anyway, it's a lot more durable than a standard iron hammer. What was the other thing? File? Was it a file? There we go. The plate, and then definitely don't want coins. I don't want to mint coins. There we go. Got my plate mold, and we're gonna go ahead and put that over here. Does this get in steam? I don't know. Can't tell. So that goes there. Maybe not. Maybe not getting steam? I'm not sure. I might have to put a piece of steam pipe across the top or something like that. I was really hoping I could just put them together and they would do their thing. So I've got these rubber bars. Let's see if I put... Oh, no. Working just fine. Oh, that's loud. Oh, yeah, that's loud. All right, so yeah, we're all good. Let's pull that fuel out of there. Oh my goodness, that is so crazy loud. So what? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess this is a good time to explain or do something about all that noise. Where is it at? I have a bunch of wool, and I think it's just a. Let's see. What's the muffler? Sound muffler. It's a note block. Well, that's pretty cheap. Well worth it, because these GregTech machines are very, very loud. I'm trying to get in my door. I'm just lagging. And I have a kind of theory as to why that lag happens. It seems to happen mainly when there's a bunch of people online, and I think that's because, like, every so often GregTech goes through your inventory and or dictionaries everything in there. So like when that process runs, I think it creates a short lag where the well, I guess the best place for this would be directly underneath here. There we go. And I'll go ahead and put the piece of floor back in front of it. Looking good. Okay, well, that probably made me a bunch of rubber sheets. It did. Good. I have some rubber sheets. I can make circuits in the next video. So I think that's as much as I'm going to do with machines this video. So yeah, these are pretty much as far as if you're trying to minimize how far you go into GregTech Steam age. These are the minimal amount of machines that I configured that you need, that you can't basically get around by either using thermal expansion or some other method. If you know of another way that I could have got around that, or well, that actually just makes everything nearby quiet, of course. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. But let's move on to getting the garden set up. So, and before I actually set the garden up, I want to go ahead and put the border around it and put up some fences and stuff so I don't fall off of it. So I'll be back in a moment after I've gotten the border around the rest of this. Okay, I'm back, and I've got my barrier around so that I can I don't have to worry about falling off. I didn't want to break those couple leaves right there, so I left them. Yeah, but anyway, got that, and I went ahead and filled in the divisions here with wood, because each one of these areas is just the right amount of size to be watered by a single water block. So these are 3 9x9 gardens. And I'm probably going to have different things growing on each one. One of these is going to be dedicated to industrial craft farming. So if you're not familiar with industrial craft farming, basically what it does is industrial craft as a type of farming that applies some like mini game genetics to the farming process, where you can breed different plants and stuff. And the way you get started with that is you make you make a thing called a crop. There we go, crop. And then the crop, I think it has to be planted on, it has to be go on to into tilled dirt. I forgot to make a hoe. So I also, while I was working on stuff, I ended up having to make a new saw because my saw broke while I was making carpenter block stuff. Let's go ahead and put that steel away. I don't think I need that out. I made this one out of dark iron, which is a little bit better than iron, but not quite as good as steel. So, and I don't really have any other use for it right now, as far as I know. So let's come over here. Put some dirt away. I'm gonna need a bunch more sticks. So I'm gonna hold on to that wood. Let's see, the other thing I need to do is make that hoe. So if we look up for a hoe, something to till the dirt with, I'm sure that there is a, there we go, a GregTech hoe, or I could do a ruby hoe. Maybe I should do a ruby hoe. Make sure I have some rubies in here. Yeah, let's do that instead. I'm pretty sure it's not going to matter what kind of hoe I use to till the dirt. It's a time to farm. That's right. Yeah, whenever I get kind of near that block down there, it kind of mutes my sound, which is kind of weird until you get used to it. I'm pretty sure this hoe is going to be more than enough for this entire garden up here. I think once this is tilled dirt, I don't got to worry about mobs spawning up on it here, I hope. Let me see. I turn F7 on. It does not show me that there can spawn anywhere over there. So yeah, I think once it's tilled, you're okay. I am going to go ahead and put a torch on the corner now, though. And what I was thinking, the reason this is this shape and everything is because I figured I could use, eventually I could use planters in some of these quadrants. And I could use one harvester to basically harvest the entire garden, although I don't think it's going to work with the industrial craft stuff. So let's make as many sticks as we can possibly make right now. And make sure you use your saw when you're making sticks if you're worried about wood conservation, so you get more that way. And I also need to go get some crops to actually plant for whenever I get these crops ready to go. So one of the things something you definitely do not want to do is you don't want to leave a crop in the garden that doesn't have something planted on it. So let's see, you need to use basic vanilla crops. So what I have is I have some potatoes, I have some carrots, what else? And I have some wheat. I think that's pretty much it. Could possibly do sugar cane or something else. I have to look into what all crops I can possibly grow industrial craft style. So I think they're trying to hint that it's time to sleep. Raccoon. Funny comment. I wonder if he knows that's going to make it to YouTube here. Whoops. To YouTube. Okay, so let's get our crops made here. As many of those. Let's get, what's that? Like a bunch, yeah. And a couple more. I have one stick left over. No, a big deal. So, okay, what I was saying is you don't want to leave a crop in the garden without an actual crop planted on it. So once you got there, you go ahead and put a crop on it. If you leave it there very long without an actual seed planted on it, it has a high probability of growing a weed, and you do not want that because weeds will rapidly take over your entire garden. Whoops! Oh yeah, don't want to do that. Okay, so you see what I did there is basically, I guess what that is like you can get a thing where you crossbreed your plants. We're going to be trying to do some of that before it's all said and done. And I don't know how well this is going to work out. So let's go carrots next. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm only going to do 9. And then some potatoes next. Apparently I'm only doing 8 potatoes right now. I don't know how well this is. See, look there, weeds already. Get rid of those. So I didn't even leave it. It wasn't there very long before weeds started growing on it. We definitely don't want weeds growing on there. So hopefully, pretty sure those are carrots. They look basically the same there. So, now I think if I do the thing where I put the double crop thing in like this, it should like crossbreed between potentially. So I might like get some wheat crossbred with carrots, and might give me a chance of getting like a unique type plant or something, or an improved plant. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. I just got a few of them left. I'm going to have to make a bunch more crops and stuff between this episode and next. Also need to go ahead and till up these other areas. Because these areas over here, at least one of these is going to be dedicated to Pam's Harvest Craft Foods, which is of course going to have my soybeans, because we have those nice super overpowered recipes from Pam's. We don't have to, we can just pretty much make some like feast level meals out of soybeans and like a couple other things. I'm pretty sure I have soybeans someplace in a chest. Pretty sure. So we'll get one of these set up with Pam's. Possibly one of them just set up with like vanilla stuff, and maybe have some trees interspersed into one of these. But basically, eventually my plan is to use this garden to produce biofuel that's going to power the reactor that's going to basically be running all of the machines down in the shop down there. So I'm going to get a gate here, and then I'm going to have a roof that goes over top of all of that. And then the generator is going to set up on top of the roof, because the generator is not a GregTech generator, so I don't have to worry about that being exposed to the rain. And then it'll just have its power feeding down into this machine room down here. And I think I've got a pretty good amount of area still for GregTech machines. But if I need to, I can also go ahead and make some stairs going down to a lower level and put some more GregTech machines down there. So, well, I think because I'm not feeling too well and I've been coughing and my throat's sore, I think that's where I'm going to wrap this up now. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Next video, we'll get into some more GregTech machine, and we'll start into the electric age for sure. Between this episode next, I'm going to be making a bunch of rubber sheets and plastic sheets so I can make some some more automated machines. I might go ahead and make a harvester and planter. I'm sure you guys have seen that being done many times before on other videos, either mine or other people. So I might just do that between episodes. So if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. And I will catch you later.